Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Hammer Away. It's Viking Stew, and we're here on a Thursday night late. We're going to be running through just a little bit of a story about Rod Stewart, maybe a little something else. Johnny Bean covered something today that was kind of cool about Deep Purple. I might mention that too if you guys haven't heard about that. But yeah, let's get ourselves rolling here, shall we? I'll be right back.
Perfect insanity, man.
Let's do it.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me, mate?
All right, yeah. So Rod Stewart has canceled shows here in North America and in Mexico. Um, he's had a heart procedure and with a stent had to be put in, and so it looks like Rod the is like I say, he's abiding the bod. I mean, you really have to make sure you take care of yourself. And I don't know. This story I was reading, I got to get back to it. I got to see where. Oh, I know where it is. I got it. So there's a little bit of a fence jump happening, but it says Rod Stewart cancels North American farewell tour after heart procedure. Deeply disappointed to miss these shows. So it's one of these things where they'll say something and and all the answers seem to be he's doing really well. So the 81-year-old singer has assured fans that he is already feeling better and very much on the mend. That doesn't mean you're ready to tour though. Rod Stewart has called off upcoming dates in North America, one last time farewell tour after undergoing a routine coronary stent procedure. I don't know how routine. I mean, I get routine, but that's not routine for everybody. You know, I would imagine. I don't know if he's had it done before. The 81-year-old singer was scheduled to perform at Ohio's Riverbend Music Center last Sunday, which was August 9th, but canceled the show at the last minute, citing an unforeseen but minor medical procedure, as per a press statement. God forbid I should ever have this done. Stewart went on to cancel his remaining tour dates after the procedure. He was set to perform at Morton Amphitheater in Kansas City, Missouri, this weekend on the August 15th. Heading to Las Vegas on August 18th for a performance at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace, followed by gigs in Minnesota, Illinois, Colorado, plus a run of shows in Mexico from September 9th through the 13th. In a separate statement issued to Rolling Stone, yay, his representatives said the singer was doing well. It continued, on the advice of his doctors, he will take the next 4 weeks to recuperate and regain full fitness. Okay. Before returning to the stage. I'm sorry. It's just take care of yourself. I'm, the dude doesn't need the money, I don't think. Just, I don't know. I'm just getting tired of everybody running themselves to the grave. I'm just like, could you just say I'm done? I mean, I was very fortunate to have seen him last year, and I saw Cheap Trick opened up. It was a great show here in town. Unfortunately, this means he will be unable to continue his current tour dates. Yeah. So, on the advice of his doctors, he will take the next 4 weeks to recuperate and regain full fitness before returning to the stage. Unfortunately, this means, yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay. In his own message posted to Instagram on Tuesday, August 11th, Stewart assured fans that he was already feeling better and very much on the mend. See what I mean? It's like, I'm glad to hear that. He said that while he was deeply disappointed to miss these shows, he looked forward to returning to playing live in the future. So that's what I mean. It's like, okay, you're feeling better. Okay, but you're canceling, but you're on the mend and things are canceled. You're disappointed that you're going to miss the shows, and you look forward to returning to playing live in the future. What's the future? Speaking to TalkSport earlier in the year, Stewart alluded to wrapping up touring duties, and that'll probably be it. Okay. So wrapping up touring duties, and that'll probably be it on the road for him after he completes a to-be-announced UK tour in 2027. Then I'm touring the UK next year, doing the O2, and that'll probably be it, I think. He continued, I'll have to do something new. Come on your show more often, maybe. Stewart has been touring for over 60 years as both a solo act and as a member of British rock band The Faces. Alongside the Jeff Beck group, he has been on the road with his One Last Time trek since 2024, which has encompassed a Legends slot on the Pyramid stage that same summer, for which he was joined by Ronnie Wood, Mick Hucknall, and Lulu. His catalog has also produced multiple hits on the Billboard. Yeah, we know that. And those hits are what? Tonight's the Night, Maggie May, Do You Think I'm Sexy? If you do what my booty and you think I'm sexy. And All for Love, of course, his 1994 collaboration with Sting and Bryan Adams. So there you go. Kind of it's not a tell-all. It's kind of a tell-nothing. It's kind of weird. Just jumping the fence. Feeling great. Maybe I'll do some shows. Maybe I'm going to be done. I'm going to do those. I have these, but I'm not going to do those. But I'm feeling great, and things are on the mend. So it's confusing. Just keep your eye out. If you really want to see Rod before he does or doesn't retire, or does retire and then comes back, or I don't know. Remember what I was talking about touring. I mean, it's just one of those things where they may not tour again, but they'll go out and do some live shows. So hopefully everybody who wants to see him gets to see him. I was very fortunate that my wife got us some tickets and we went. That was great. She's the one that got me the tickets, and we went to go see Elton John and my good buddy Matt Bissonette on bass. So it's just one of those things. Yeah. So anyway, let's get back to you guys here so I can seize you and seize what I'm doing. So we have lots of stuff. The funny thing is I was going through, I did the Need for Speed Volume 1. Unfortunately, I didn't get a graphic together for tonight. I'll do that for the next one. But I started going through the Need for Speed 2. I don't know some of the songs on there. I'm like, okay, I know this song, but I don't know what it is. So I think some of the tracks, I don't know what they are to put them into my iTunes, but I think they come from this Ominous Guitars compilation, and that's why I don't remember, because some of the folks on here, I don't know who they are. I am not familiar with them. Some, oh yeah, that's right. Tonic System is from Scotty Michaud, and he was on my show. So yeah, and then there's Householders on here and Craig Erickson. Just as soon as I do that, I'm seeing, oh yeah, I know these guys. And I met up with Craig Erickson. He's super cool dude. Super cool. So anyway, I'm going to have to review that and figure it out. But I got a bunch of pickups. I took a road trip, and went to one of my favorite places. And if you can get to this place, if you're in the Chicago area, Roselle area is where it is, technically up there in Chicago area. It's in Roselle, and it's a place called Record Wonderland. In fact, damn it, you know what? I can bring it in here and show you. Where's the? There it is. Let me see if I can add this file in for you here real quick. So I made new labels for a couple of the record stores where I have purchased things. So I just wanted to show you those real quick. Okay, yeah, because I got to see about putting that logo in that artwork somehow. Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put both of these in. Okay, hold on. I got to find it. Okay, so I'm dealing with some AI stuff, right? Let me see what this one looks like. It's not the right one. That's not the right one. That's not the right one. Where's the why? Oh, oh yeah. Okay, hang on. Record Wonderland. There it is. Okay, so let me save as, and I'll make a little JPEG out of that one. Save a copy, JPEG, and save. And 12. Thank you. Okay. Okay. That it? Is this one it? No, that's not it. No. Yep, there it is. Okay. Okay, so this one. This one is like, okay, it's really stupid what happened here. So just doing some AI stuff for myself, just having some fun with it. And I went to make this one for Planet Score because I just went there yesterday. Yeah. And I just picked out a few things. I had a couple of other things, but I put a couple things back. And this was this is one of them. So I told it to do, okay, so here, this is the original one. So I told him to take this character that I wanted, ships and stuff, something for the Hammerheads and all that stuff. And I want this guy surfing on a guitar rocket. Look at that, got me holding this thing. Are you kidding me? Hey, what's up? Johnny Bean is here. Johnny, take a look at this. It's embarrassing. I'm like, so when I put in some wordage to get it to change, to fix it, I'm like, it looks like they're holding their dick. I'm like, could you? And then it's giving me all kinds of hassles. Like I'm asking it to do something inappropriate. It's like, well, we can't do these things. I'm like, I'm not doing it. You did it. I told you to have him surfing. What surfer does this? So anyway, what I think is funny is that they, so anyway, I did this other one and there it is. And then they took the hammer out of my hand. So whatever. Silly shit. Silly AI shit. So then here's my new one for Record Wonderland, because it's based off of a metal sign that I have that I put up back here on my boxes. And the original piece says, I've seen some weird shit, but I changed it. I went over that and then I put in, let's just say, I've seen some weird shit. I just love that sign. So anyway, but those are my labels for Record Wonderland. Record Wonderland is a place, again, if you're near the Roselle area, you have got to go there. They've got all kinds of really heavy duty deals on some CDs. They're not in any alphabetical order. However, when I show you what I got, that's going to be it'll put forth something interesting. Now, remember, sometimes I get things if the price is cheap enough. Like I actually, Johnny, I need to know something from you. I need to know if you have a CD I'm going to show here in just a moment. Because if you don't, I bought it to send you or give you. Granted, I make it out there for the NAMM show. But anyway, let's see here. I've got lots of parcels that came in. One that was in a box, so I'm gonna hold off. I talked to my son while I was seeing him over the weekend. It was his birthday. Happy birthday to my son. How you doing, Logan? So yeah, seeing him for his birthday, and come on, where's my? This is weird. Should be. No. Okay, fine. But anyway, I asked him. I said, "Hey, man, I got a quick question for you." I said, "I'm thinking about. I have to do this integration where I've got a bunch of vinyl, and I have 2 new boxes for vinyl for over here. And let's just turn the camera and do it like that. So I got 2 new boxes that need to go in here that I've built that are back behind me over here. And so it's a big job. Okay. So I have to I'm basically going to have to deconstruct everything here just to put it back. But when we put it back, these boxes on the ends down here, these 2 towers you see here, this tower and this tower right there, those have new wheels that I'm going to be putting on them. So I have to deconstruct this whole tower thing, and then I have to take this big cabinet off the top, and the cabinets on the floor, I have to flip it upside down and put new wheels on it. So that's going to be a big thing, right? So that's what I'm going to do there. So it's going to take a while. It's going to take hours. But my dear friend came over tonight. We had adventure night tonight. That was so much fun. She and I have so much fun chatting and hanging out and laughing. And we watched Carmine Street Guitars. If you've never seen that, check it out. I can't wait to visit there. And I'm going to be trying to get a hold of Cindy actually tomorrow. I think I'm going to call the shop tomorrow and see if I get an interview. And that should be great. So anyway, but I was talking to my son about it, and he said, "No, I think you ought to just do it as one big long show." I said, "Okay." Oh man, this doesn't have the son of a bitch. Well, fuck. Great. Motherfucker. The first thing is Petty. The book Petty with no, and it may seem petty, but there's no jacket on the outside. Doesn't make me happy. Son of a bitch. Came from Thrift Books. All right, whatever. Damn it. All right. It's good to have the book. That's cute and all, but I don't think that it said it didn't have the jacket on it. All right. Oh, well. Oh, well. I've had some stuff happen these days, and it's like, I don't know. It just seems weird. Because I'm pretty careful about that stuff. I like to get the, I like to get it with the jacket on. That's why I buy a hardback copy and blah, 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 and piss and moan and whatever, man. Just whatever. All right, so this is a gift for a very dear friend of mine who now lives out of state. And she's a huge fan of Batman. And she probably doesn't watch this show, so I don't worry about it. But If she is, oh well, there goes the surprise. But I found this at a good deal, so I thought I'd better pick it up. And there it is, Batman. 80 years of Batman. So, and I'm learning more and more about this process of how Batman came to be and Bob Kane and all that stuff. And it's kind of funny that Bob Kane, hired a ghostwriter to get that thing started. So that's yeah. So anyway, but this is going to be a big, huge thing. So I'm just going to do it. Like there's a little bit of like down below in the middle, there's some plastic that it tore as I was trying to get it out. And so I don't know. I'm just going to have to work that out. I'm going to do one more of these and then I'll have two more to do tomorrow that'll go along with the show. So I have some parcels to do. There's no reason to shoot them all out. This way we can get to the pickups. Well, okay, this is nice. It's a package within a package. That's extra sweet. Right. But yeah, that'll leave us with something to do for that. Oh, here you go. This one is for my dear friend that just was here tonight. I got a copy of this, so this isn't a surprise to you guys either, but this is a new copy, and the price was really, really good on it. So this is just a little part of the gift that she'll get, but there you go. It's a real nice new copy of that. So keep that aside. All right, and we'll save the other ones. Now let's get into the pickups, shall we? So again, Record Wonderland. It's in Roselle, Illinois, up there in Chicago area. And I went there years ago and just had a blast going through some stuff. And it was really, what? I went all the way to the back of the store. They had boxes there. They had more boxes at that time full of CDs for like $1 and $1.99. I bought a copy of Joe Jackson's Look Sharp, which is a fantastic record. If you've never heard Joe Jackson, Look Sharp, you got to hear it. It's fantastic. The production is done. It's David Kirschbaum did a great job on that. And the bass work on that album, all played with a pick. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. All right. So remember what I told you. I did look at some of the $1.99 stuff, and then I got to talking to one of the guys in the shop. They're all really friendly, knowledgeable, real cool guys. I didn't even look at any of the other vinyl in the shop. I immediately just went to this cheap seats. That's kind of what I do. So I asked him, I said, now, about AC/DC, where am I going to find that? And so he pointed me in the right direction. I found one of the, I'll show you that here in a minute. I found one of them that I needed. That's one of the earlier records. Like I said, I've been trying to get the early stuff. The only ones I need to get now, If You Want Blood, You've Got It. I need a copy of that. And these, fortunately, I've been kind of getting all the remasters. I got a remaster of Highway to Hell, got a remaster of Let There Be Rock, and now I have a remaster of Dirty Deeds. There you go. $4.99. Look at that. That's the price I'm looking to find. That's it right there. That's it. $4.99. So this album had a couple of covers on it, and the cool thing is they include that in the little booklet. I loved that idea. Now, let me just show you this real quick. So if you haven't ever seen the original cover, this is the front and back. Here's the front. There you go. The album title is in the tattoo, and then there's the back. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. So this is one of those things. This is a remaster. and it's got a booklet with information in it, and I'll kind of go through that stuff coming up here. I appreciate you guys being patient with me. All of this work and building these boxes. I'm trying to redo a closet as well, and it takes time. All right, so look at this. So while I'm standing there, I find the AC/DC, and then right next to it, of course, is Bryan Adams, and I've just seen him live. So I'm trying to collect his stuff as well, because I've never had Cuts Like a Knife, or I don't remember what the name of his other album is that has Lonely Nights on it. But sitting right there next to AC/DC is a copy of Reckless, and it's in great shape. And it was $1.99. I couldn't pass it up. I'm like, somebody would love to have that. And they had a copy. This was $1.99 as well. Waking Up the Neighbors. So that was awesome. And now for $1.99, I already have this album, but this is the remaster, and I thought, what the hell? I'll get the remaster. If it's $1.99, for crying out loud, I'll get that first Boston album, and that's a remaster for $1.99, for crying out loud, people. It don't get no better than that, right? Now, here's one for you. This album. All right, I had a friend of mine bring this over to the house. She said, I don't know why I thought you might like this, because I know you like metal and stuff. And I'm like, well, that's not all I like, but what is it? She said, well, I was in the store with my friend, and she was telling me about this artist, and they were playing it, because she said they were playing Over the Rainbow. And she's like, what? Who is that? She's like, oh, that is Eva Cassidy. So Eva Cassidy did a lot of covers, but man, did she ever play them so well. Like this album is kind of a best of. Songbird is what it's called. And it's like a best of. And it has songs by Sting. Of course, this is Songbird by Fleetwood Mac. It opens with oh, good God. A beautiful rendition of Fields of Gold by Sting. Then it has Wade in the Water, which is a classic gospel tune. Autumn Leaves. I'm not sure from where that came. It's a beautiful song. Wayfaring Strangers, another kind of gospel tune. Songbird, then Fleetwood Mac. Time is a Healer. It's a beautiful song. I Know You by Heart. Holy crap. Let me just tell you, people get ready. Rod Stewart. There you go. Rod Stewart covered that. Classic gospel tune. Oh, Had I a Golden Thread, which is another gospel tune. She did lots of gospel stuff on here. And Over the Rainbow. But, oh my God. She had such a beautiful voice, and she died very young from melanoma. And I will buy this. If I find this for $1.99, damn right I'm going to buy it, because somebody out there deserves to have it. So whether I start doing that on this show, where I'm giving things away, Oh, I also got a copy of Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill. That one went to my friend tonight when I gave that to her tonight. I could have saved it, but it wasn't a big surprise thing. So, but her youngest they were in the Jagged Little Pill production. So they were fantastic in that. And so I asked my friend if she'd be interested in having that CD again, because her youngest was in the show. So, yeah. So anyway, Phil Collins is up next. Pick this up, another $1.99. I don't think I ever had a real copy of that. Then, for $1, the soundtrack to Crossroads. I saw this. I'm like, wait a minute. And that was great. Loved it. Now, this next one is probably the one for Johnny. And I'm wondering, Johnny, do you have this? Because first of all, let's turn the cover like we do. Do you have this? Eddie Van Halen is on here. There you go. Why can't I always forget the astronauts and heretics? Do you have this, Johnny? Because I bought this $1.99, dude, and I bought it because Eddie Van Halen's on it, so I didn't know if you had it. He's on 2 tracks on that, and it's in Thomas Dolby's book about it. This is another one that I got a long while back. I was working hard to get all of the Fix CDs, and this is the one that I played Secret Separation on the radio in 1986 from Walkabout. $1.99. What more is there to say? Now, this was exciting. I think I already have this CD, but I just didn't remember it at the time, and I picked it up. It's $1.99 for crying out loud. I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it at all. And I'm turning this covers. So recently, I went to the library, if you remember, and I picked up the Whitney Houston movie that the guys who wrote Bohemian Rhapsody, which again didn't impress me, but it is what it is. But they wrote this Whitney Houston movie as well, and I found Whitney Houston, and I found Whitney, and I found I'm Your Baby Tonight. There you go. So, I'm Your Baby Tonight. My name is not Susan. All the Man That I Need is on here. Lover for Life. Anymore. Miracle. I Belong to You. Who Do You Love? We Didn't Know, which is a duet with Stevie Wonder. After We Make Love, and I'm Knockin'. Sounds like you were knocking when you were making love. I want to, let's see, on Whitney is I Want to Dance with Somebody. Just the Lonely Talking Again. Let's see, Love Will Save the Day. Didn't We Almost Have It All? So Emotional. Where You Are. Love Is a Contact Sport. You're Still My Man. For the Love of You. Where Do Broken Hearts Go? And, of course, the last one is I Know Him So Well. And then, yeah, their debut album. Let's see. You Give Good Love. Thinking About You. Someone for Me. Saving All My Love for You. Nobody Loves Me Like You Do. How Well I Know. How Will I Know. All at Once. Take Good Care of My Heart. Greatest Love of All. And Hold Me. So, yeah. She, just one of the best, uber best of all time. Again, I'll say it again, just makes me sad. She should still be here with us. Then I don't think I've ever had a real copy of this. It's a great record, very popular. Kick by NXS. Then Remaster, again, $1.99. I said, of course I will do Bat Out of Hell Remaster. Yes, I will. This album, again, this is another one where I'll buy it. If it's cheap, I will buy it to give it away, because everybody who loves kind of Americana rock, and is a big fan of the 70s, Jerry Rafferty, City to City. The 2 hits off of here, of course, Baker Street. and which was covered by the Foo Fighters, and it's got right down the line. Comes right after that song on there. Track 2, track 3. But I'm telling you, I got it on the wall. It's right over there. It's actually back there. That album cover, and then this is the follow-up album cover, Night Owl, to that. So Jim Fitzpatrick did the artwork, and I just love the artwork. Here's one that I grew up having on 8-track, never got into it, had it for decades on 8-track. I think I probably still have the 8-track back there. But now I've thoroughly gone through Steely Dan's catalog, and Pretzel Logic is just one of the best. And there you go. Vault Tech Experiment, what's going on? Hope everybody is having a great night. Love the streams. Thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Also, nah, don't worry about it. I'll get into that later. Anyway, this one, I know I've never had this CD. I love doing bass workouts to the title track to this album. The thing I like about it is it's a combination of rhythm. You have cool rhythms to do on the neck, and also you have the galloping bass line to the title track to Lights Out by UFO. And it's great. It's fantastic. It's a great workout for me. I love it. Johnny, I thought of you. Of course, I'm going to think of you every time because he's got his show, man. Johnny Bean. Go check out Johnny Bean TV. And he's got his show called Exclusively Van Halen. Johnny was here on my show, and I look forward to him yanking me over and we can talk Van Halen on his show. But this was in pristine shape for $1.99. One of their other ones wasn't in such good shape, so of course I didn't buy it. But I was close. But it's Van Halen, 5150. This was in such great shape for $1.99. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna get it. I was like, I'm sure Johnny's got it, but here's another one. This one's great. Now I need to get a new front of the case for this one because it had a broken wing on the top. And it is In Step by Stevie Ray Vaughan. This one has got some of my favorite Stevie Ray Vaughan tunes on it. It's got Crossfire and Tightrope. Just fantastic stuff. Let's see who produced this. Jim Gaines? Is that what it says? I think that's right. Oh, you've been listening to 50. Oh, here you go. It's always 5150 time. Oh, man. I've been listening to the 5150 expanded disc. Yeah. What all? I'll have to get into what all's on that sometime. I'll have to check it out. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah. Houses of Rockin', Crossfire, Tightrope. You know all three of the first tracks on this thing. Let Me Love You, Baby. Leave My Girl Alone. Travis Walk. Wall of Denial. Scratch and Sniff. Love Me, Darlin'. And Riviera Paradise. Produced by Jim Gaines and Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble. In memory of John Hammond. Huh. Wow. Yeah, that was tragic what happened to Stevie up there at Alpine Valley. That's somebody, as a matter of fact, somebody on Johnny, was it on your show? Somebody was talking about seeing, oh, no. What show was that? Yeah, maybe it was yours. Somebody was talking about seeing Rush. Oh, no. I know what it was. It was on DJC. That's what it was. Somebody was talking about seeing Rush at Alpine Valley. And Joe Perry Project is what they were talking about, opening for Rush, because Chuck had mentioned Rush. He did a show about the Van Halen Expanded Edition, 40th anniversary. Yeah, I need to get the one anniversary CD I'd like to get is the 30th anniversary CD of Bryan Adams' Reckless that I just was talking about. Then as I get ready to turn this cover as well, they had a remaster copy for $1.99 once again of one of the only other albums. I didn't buy a ton. Once I got into the Who, I didn't buy a ton of their stuff, but one that I did get because it was inexpensive and the cutout section was Live at Leeds. And this is the remastered version. So boom, for $1.99. Hell yes. So there you go. So that's all the CDs that I got from there. I did get some other CDs because I picked up a couple, and I'll show you those now. Before I get into all the vinyl, I picked these two up, and I can't wait to tell you about this one, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Well, let's just start with this one. I found this first, and I didn't, and there it is. It's a 2 CD set of Harley Davidson road songs. And here's where it's got this sticker. It says contains 2 compact discs, 30 classic rock songs for the open road. Right there you go. And I'm a road guy. I love making playlists for the road. But yeah, this has got, here's the tracks that are on this thing. It has Against the Wind by Bob Seger, Fire on the Mountain by Marshall Tucker, Let It Roll, Little Feat, Call Me the Breeze by Leonard Skinner. All of a sudden I thought of Call of the Wild by Company of Wolves. Statesboro Blues, Allman Brothers, Greengrass and High Tides, The Outlaws, Riding the Storm Out, REO, Bad Company with Bad Company. Oh, I love this next song, Wild Child by Wasp. I told you guys the story about that. And if you want me to tell it again, I will. But just put it in the chat. Tell me if you want to hear the story again. Hot Blooded by Foreigner, 30 Days in the Hole, Humble Pie. That Smell, more Skinnerd already, right? More Skinnerd. Didn't we have a Skinnerd tune already? Yeah, we had Call Me the Breeze. Devil Went Down to Georgia. It kind of bugs me when they do that. I'm like, you couldn't have just put that Skinnerd tune on the other side, on the other disc, especially because they don't have any Blackfoot on here. You could have done Train instead of That Smell. I don't know, whatever. Devil Went Down to Georgia, Charlie Daniels. Born to Be Wild, Steppenwolf, Ballad of Easy Rider by the Byrds. Second disc, it has Radar Love, Golden Earring, All Right Now Free, Highway 49 by George Thorogood, I Can't Drive 55, Sammy Hagar, Cat Scratch Fever, Ted Nugent, Hair of the Dog by Nazareth, Once Bitten, Twice Shy by Great White, Sign of the Gypsy Queen, I love that song, by April Wine, Sacred Ground, Craig Chiquiso. I forgot that was on here because Craig Chiquiso went on from Jefferson Starship to doing a bunch of solo records, and they're all like, he has acoustic, like there's acoustic Highway, there's acoustic something and acoustic something, but yeah, they're all like acoustic blah blah blah, you know. So check those out. They are amazing. My grandson was dancing to one of them the first time he heard it. He loved it. Ride the Tiger by Jefferson Starship, On the Road Again, Canned Heat, The Weight by the band, Rockin' Down the Highway, Doobie Brothers, Ride, Ride, Ride by Foghat, and Highway Lady by UFO. Yeah, you could have done Ride, 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 and on the other CD you could have put Run, 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 like JoJo Gunn. So anyway, I got this, but I just realized tonight when I was looking for my CD for the playlist, I already have it. so now I have one to give as a gift. So that's always sickeningly hilarious as to what I forget I have. Now, the other one is a gentleman that's been on my program before, and I want to have him back on the program. Very talented gentleman. This is from his solo series, Andrew Collier. He's a hometown guy here. Um, and this is from his solo series of solo piano and ambient soundscapes. And this one is called Mists of Time. I was really excited to find this there because, again, Andrew's been on my show, but he is a very old friend and good friend of a friend of mine, Ron. So I just thought that was really cool. I was like, yeah, I definitely get that because I bought up all of his other stuff that he does in his band. Okay, well let's get to the vinyl. So this is all the stuff. This is all the stuff that I got at Record Wonderland. Some really amazing stuff because again, Ron and I are going to be going to. I didn't know. Did you guys know that there is? Did you guys know that there is a Nashville, Indiana? I did not know that. I didn't know. I was clueless that they had that, and so my friend, the friend of Andrew Collier, Ron, gave me a text the other day and he said, "You want to go on a road trip?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm out of town this weekend. What are you doing? When is it?" And he was telling me when it was. And his brother-in-law is Robert Barry, and they're going to be playing a gig over there in Nashville, Indiana. And guess who's going to be there? It's the first vinyl I have to show you. The Fix Phantoms. This was in really good shape. So remember what I'm doing with those labels. There you go. So I print them out, and when I put them in here, because I have a copy of this already, and it happened with the British Lions. I was just telling my friend about it today. I started looking at my vinyls and going, okay, now I own like 5 copies of this album, and I don't know which one's my original. So I had to start putting had fun making the labels and then putting them in there because I'm like, I don't know which one's my original. This album, I don't know how I never knew about this. I never saw this album. When I found it, I was like, what the hell? I didn't even know about this one. It's called Cold Blooded, and it's by a gentleman named, well, gentleman's a relative term when it comes to this guy. And it's Rick James. So yeah, I was checking it out and I was digging it. That's what I like about the streaming has its place. And I actually checked out another band I'll tell you about, but it was cool. I was able to just pull that album up and go, well, I wonder what this is like. I start listening to it. It's pretty cool. Now this album, I'm going to say I bought it for the cover, and you're going to be like, well, you ripped yourself off, dude. I don't know what the fuck you were thinking, because it's Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush. It's the first album I ever heard by these guys. There's a buddy of mine in my hometown that played it for me, and damn, it blew my fucking mind. And you see this, the album isn't in great shape, but I don't know how the vinyl is, but this has got one hell of a ring. But I bought it for the cover because I've got a great idea. I'm going to be doing things with covers. So I thought, I'll do it. Again, if I find it cheap, I will buy it every time because I love this record. It's got a bunch of stuff on it. Well, a couple of things on it by Russ Ballard. And it is the movie soundtrack to the Who film's presentation of McVicker. So there you go. It was in pretty good shape, and it's silver. I thought, hell, if I just buy it for the cover, that's fine. Then I've never had any vinyl of this gentleman, and this is the good classic first album by Eddie Money. After he decided, I'm not going to be a cop anymore. I'm going to be a musician. So there you go. Yeah, let's see here if I can tell you what's on this first album that you would know. 2 Tickets to Paradise. You've really got a hold on me. Want to be a rock and roll star. Save a little room in your heart for me. So good to be in love again. Baby, hold on. So there you go. Two Tickets to Paradise on the first side, Baby Hold On the second side, first song. Don't Worry, Jealousies, Got to Get Another Girl, and Gambling Man. Produced by Bruce Botnick. That's pretty cool. So, yeah. Just trying to check out everybody who was on. I'm unfamiliar with the, the lineup of folks that recorded these albums. I just never got into the Eddie Money thing. I love Eddie Money, but just never got into the albums. Loved all the hits. Speaking of hits, this was their only big successful record. Their second album didn't really go anywhere, and I'm going to double check this, make sure that it's, yeah, okay. This doesn't even have an inner sleeve to it. I have some inner sleeves over there, so I'll have to take it out and put it in there and see if that, hopefully it's not in shit condition, but even if it is, I bought it for the cover. It's $1.99. So, and Maneuvers, I think, was their second record. This one is On. Their debut album is On. And it is, let me see if I can get this tag out of here and put it in the bag. And that's Off Broadway. So I was shopping up in the Chicago area, and that's where these guys are from. In fact, I think the one gentleman, the lead gentleman, still does off-Broadway shows up there and such. But I really like that album. It's great pop record. And it's got Stay in Time as the title, is the main hit off of that. And then there were 3 albums by this band, and I just bought them all. So we got A Place in the Sun by Pablo Cruz. And then the other big album for them was Worlds Away. Right there. And then we have Part of the Game, Pablo Cruz. So there you go. All right. And there's more. Now remember, I don't know. I got a big stack. From there. I probably bought about the same of each. Now, I need to do the research on this. I have many of his records and albums, but I don't know all of the history. So I need to find out about the history of this album cover because it's different. I took a studio class with a guy whose brother wrote an Eddie Money hit. Okay, so that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I took a studio class with a guy whose brother, I feel like I want to get done with that and go, thank you, Simone. Okay, so I don't know if you guys remember. I think I'm in, what? I love that song. I really want to play that in my band. I've been wanting to play that in my band for years. So you took a studio class, the guy who wrote that song? Wow. So I don't know if so anyway, hold on. Let me not get off track. So I don't know how this goes with this album cover and then the album cover that I have, which has a booklet inside. And that I'm talking about the Alan Parsons Project's first album, Tales of Mystery and Imagination, Edgar Allan Poe. So there's this album cover, but I'm completely familiar with this album cover, but it is not the album cover that I have. I have the green one with the artwork in the middle. I don't know which came first or why there's this completely other cover. I don't know. I feel stupid for not knowing that, but I'll research it and find out. Or if anybody knows what happened with that, let me know. Or if you can look it up while I'm showing you these, then I'll know. This next one, I really couldn't believe it. It's in really pretty good condition. I don't know about the vinyl, but The album is in great shape. Um, and it is Pictures at 11 by Robert Plant. For again, a a, a buck 99. Like I'm not gonna pick it up. This one was in pretty good shape. It's a white cover, so it's it's got some of the dirt wear in the circle, but it's a promotional copy. So I thought it looked like it was pretty good shape, though. I mean, other than just a little bit of the dirt. It's on Atco Records. Who produced this thing? Oh, okay. It was produced by Richard Lush and the band is the Sherbs. The Skill is the name of the album, and yeah. So I'm eager to listen to this. Um, just trying to It's got a song on here called "Crazy in the Night," and I have the Skill is what the big song on it was, but there's a song here called "Crazy in the Night," and I'm wondering if that's the same one that Kim Carnes did. Um, "Never Surrender" is on here too. That's a song, and I wonder, you know, you always wonder. Oh, I wonder if that's the same one as Phenomenon did a song. I just listened to it called Surrender. Yeah. Okay. Now the cover was the I don't know, the cover's not as in as good a shape as I would like. However, the vinyl looked like it was in really good shape. This just the coloration on it looks a little bleached, just a skosh. And there's a bit of a worn ring on Styx's Equinox. Now, I joke that this is one of the reasons I married my wife. Because when I finally made it to her house, because we lived in different states, when I finally made it to her house and looked through a record collection, yes, there was some Sean Cassidy, and he's coming to town. But outside of that, she had that record. And I'm like, normally don't they don't have that. There's no Tommy Shaw on that record. That was John Karuliewski's last record. So when she had that, I'm like, ooh, okay. We got us a little treasure here. And then I keep going and she's got Ace Frehley's solo record. I'm like, okay, that seals the deal. It's kind of the opposite with my daughter. When she told me she was dating a guy and she goes, yeah, he doesn't like Back to the Future. I said, just call him right now. Tell him it's over. Don't, you don't like Back to the Future. I'm like, whatever. Okay, so this one was only a buck. The cover's in pretty good shape. I haven't checked out the vinyl yet, but a buck. I love this record. I bought it at Kmart in my hometown. Same place I bought Back in Black. Same place I bought Pete Townshend's Empty Glass. And my friend, he doesn't have them anymore, but my friend bought the White Album, the Blue Collection, and the Red Collection of the Beatles. Those three Beatle albums with their respective vinyl colors. The White Album is white, the Blue compilation is blue, and the Red compilation is red. Bought them all there at Kmart. He doesn't have them anymore. But Pat Travers' band came out with Crash and Burn. I fell in love with that song the first time I heard it. And this also has Snortin' Whiskies on here. And it also has what's called Can't Be Right, but it's Love Can't Be Right. And Born Under a Bad Sign. Just a great, great record. The band was smoking. They were on. And I love that. Like I say, the cover was in good shape. And I couldn't believe I found it. Speaking of good shape, I have this record. I do believe I have a copy of this, but it was a cutout. This is not a cutout, and it's great. It's in great condition. It was a $1.90. Again, telling you, $1.99. Pat Travers was $1. It's Tycoon. This is a great band out of that late 70s time period with Toto and Nantucket and Trillion was out at that time. All these LaRue, all these bands, Little River Band, they all had these epic harmonies going on in their music. And these guys are no exception. It was fantastic stuff. Where can a man find such a woman? I want to know who produced this thing. Because Jim Sullivan is thanked on here. That's the gentleman who worked with Angel on their early stuff. Let's see here. Where is it? Oh my God. Okay, well, okay. How did I not know that? Because another band I didn't mention in this same time frame with all of the great vocals is City Boy. If you have never heard City Boy, you have to do it. Just go and do it. If you have to leave my podcast to go and do it, do it. If you don't have to, don't. If you got time tomorrow, do it tomorrow. Stick with me here for a little bit and I'll be done. And then you can check it out. But this is done by Mutt Lange. Mutt Lange produced this record. I did not know that until today. I have no idea why. That's sick. Crazy. Lunacy. Jeez. That dude was busy at that time. He was doing City Boy. He did Tycoon. He was doing AC/DC stuff. Holy shit. Now, speaking of holy shit, hold on to your hat. This is a promotional copy. The cover's in great shape. I'm hoping the vinyl is in the halfway decent shape. I remember only one song by these guys, but the lead guy went on to work with Henry Paul in the band Black Hawk. They recorded multiple records with huge hits in the country genre, and I love Henry Paul's voice. And I'm like, these guys are country, but I love it because I love Henry Paul's voice. So Van Stevenson is this guy's name. He passed away, had cancer. He passed away after they had done 3 records, done a 4th, and he passed, and they did an album after that. But Van Stevenson, the name of the album is Righteous Anger. There's a note on this. Here, let me see if I can show you this first quickly. See, there's a note. It says, check out this cover. Now, I knew it immediately. As soon as I looked at the album cover, I knew who had done it. Because this guy's well known for not only this cover, but he's known for Night Ranger, Quiet Riot, Anthrax, Martin Briley. The guy's name is Stan Watts. Look at this. He does all this great kind of photo style painting and just freaking amazing stuff. As soon as I did not know that he'd done this album cover, but as I'm looking at it and I'm seeing the Van Stevenson screaming out of her back and just the look of her, I'm like, that's a Stan Watts. It's gotta be. And sure enough, flipped it over and it is. I think I'm gonna see who produced this one too. Richard Landis did this one for Outlandis Productions. This is on MCA Records. Yeah, Modern Day Delilah. You can look it up on YouTube. There's the video for it and everything. It was on MTV. But Stan Watts, yeah, he did Spreading the Disease for Anthrax. He did One Night with a Stranger for Martin Briley, which of course has Salt in My Tears on it. And he did Seven Wishes for Night Ranger. And he did Condition Critical and I believe Mental Health for Quiet Riot. Just amazing artist. Got it. I didn't know. I thought that Seven Wishes was a photo when I saw that album cover with Night Ranger in the plane. I thought it was. I thought it was. I thought it was a photograph. Okay, so that's everything that I got from Record. Come on. Record Wonderland. There you go. I've seen some weird shit. So anyway, I thought, and here's a little bit of a lament about Record Wonderland. I'm going to call him tomorrow. I thought I had picked, for any punk fans out there, you get any fans of punk music out there. Damn it, now I'm forgetting what it was. Oh man. I wonder if let me see here if I put an S in. No. Yes, there it is. I got it. If you've never heard the album by Shocked Minds, check it out. If you're a fan of punk music, check out Shocked Minds. I almost bought it. It's $1.99. It was sealed. It's a digipack. I'm going to call them tomorrow and see if they still have it because I want that. I meant to buy it. It's $1.99. So I don't know. Kind of pissed me off. So I'm going to put these in order that I found them. 3 albums, 3 vinyls that I picked up at a shop here in town. It's not very far from me. It's not far off the highway. If you're traveling through St. Louis, you want to go to this great record store. We have a lot of great record stores here in the St. Louis area. You can go over into the St. Charles area and find some over there. Of course, Dirty River Records on 2nd Street. There is also Record Reunion, which is over in Hawks Nest Plaza over in St. Peter's area. So check that out. But then there's a couple, there's a bunch. Just look them up. But the one I went to is called Planet Score Records, Planet Score. And I found just a few things. I went through their cheap section, and they have cassettes there too. And I picked up this to give to my friend Billy Blair, who's been on the show, and you've seen his bumper for my show. He told me, he goes, man, I have that. I love No Telling Lies by Zebra, because I was going to go and see him. And he goes, I have that on cassette. And he goes, it's here somewhere. And so I found this at Planet Score. And bought it for him with the intent to have it autographed, but then I said, the hell with it. I found a copy on vinyl that wasn't too expensive, so I picked it up for him and had it autographed. All right, so the first thing I found in the cheap seats on vinyl there, since I've already shown you the CDs, is this copy. This is in great shape. The cover is in great shape. I think the vinyl's in pretty great shape. The poster, both posters are in here. The only issue with the cover is that the adhesive has come off where the album slides in. So that comes, all I got to do is just glue it down. So, or tape it down. I can use a double stick tape. But anyway, this was $3.99, and it is Venus and Mars. I was really happy with the condition of it, and I mean, I'm just a huge, huge fan of the song Rock Show. I just love that song. It's really cool. I did some artwork to it decades ago when I was in school. This looked like it was in really good shape, but I do have to work with it a little bit. Remember when I had the Pete Townsend Empty Glass, and it had some it had like a water issue where whatever was sitting in front of it stuck to it. And so I got it a little scraped off there with minimal, very tiny, minimal damage. And I'm gonna have to do the same to this album by Dixie Dregs called "What If." See, we got that little bit down here. That is not this album cover coming off. That is something else that's attached to it, and it's the same on the back. So all I have to do is get in there, kind of get it. I'm gonna try a little bit of steam this time without the vinyl inside, but I'm gonna do a little steamy and see if I can get that pulled up without any damage. So yeah. So this was how much was this one? Is it 199? Yeah, 199. I mean, it's in great shape. And and it's great that this is the problem because I can take care of that. I can get that off of there. And then it's fine, you know. Now, this is another one that I buy it whenever I see it and it's at a good price. I liked the color on this. You know how sometimes printings can be a little different. And I liked the color on this. I don't know. I have to look at mine and see. And I know I also have bought another copy of this, so my original copy up there. But it is Graham Parker in the Rumor, which Adam Carolla mentions quite often. And I always want to, like, I always wish I could, talk to him and go, "Hey, man, I really love this record." So, but the album is called "Stick to Me." I think it's from 1979, maybe 1978. It's a great record. The title track is fantastic. If you stick to me while the vampires bite, how's that go? Stick to me while the vampires bite. I can't remember now. I don't remember. But if you've never heard this record, do it. Do it, 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 do it. I did a show yesterday, Johnny says, talking about the time I met Steve Morse. Steve Morse is cool dude. I met him a couple of times, a few times. I met him a few times now. He was in a super group called Biff Babies All Stars. I did not know that. I can't wait to check that out. Steve is, and then he was with Deep Purple for many years. So yeah, Steve Morse. I met him at the oh, come on. The Ernie Ball. Does he play Ernie Ball strings? I think he was at their booth at the NAMM show. And because it was out in the middle. Steve Lukather was there too, and then he played a gig here over in Illinois. EBM. His guitar is EBMM. Okay, but his strings though. Oh, Ernie Ball. I got it. I'm with you. Okay. So yeah. So he was in the Ernie Ball booth. That's interesting. They were all in Biff Baby. Okay. All right. Jeez, that's so crazy. I've never heard of that. Jeez. All right. So yeah, I met him there, and then he played a gig over in Illinois. I went and saw him there. This is the funny part. I took the Surveillance album by Triumph with me to have him sign that. I handed it to him, and he goes, "Oh," he goes, "What the hell did I play on there?" I was like, "Okay." I said, "Well, you did some acoustic work on All the King's Horses, whatever the track is." And I said, and then you did a duel with Rick Emmett. You did a guitar duel with Rick Emmett on Nowhere. What the hell's the name of it? Triumph. God. I told him that night. No, that's the wrong record. Dummy. Surveillance. There it is. Headed for Nowhere. Yeah, All the King's Horses. He played on that, and then Headed for Nowhere. So it's kind of funny to tell him what he had done. The third time I met Steve was at NAMM again, but it was at the Ryman. They were doing a Les Paul night tribute thing, and that's when I looked to my left, and there was Les Paul standing right next to me. We were standing backstage, and I was like, "Hey, you're Les Paul," and we talked for a minute and took a picture. So that was really cool, really cool night. Yeah. So like I say, do yourself a favor, check out that Graham Parker and the Rumor, Stick to Me. After that album, eventually there would be Graham Parker records and the Rumor records. Now I did end up with one of those, the Rumor records. A friend of mine had it back when we were going to high school, and I just recently found it and bought it. So it was quite awesome. I'll tell you what. There was a lot of cool people at that gig too. One of the drummers that had been in Stradivarius was there. He was in Stradivarius early on, I think is what it was. Blonde guy. I got a picture with him. Pretty soon I'm going to get all my pictures put on here. Now, the last thing we have to do here is talk a little bit about what's coming up. Next week, I got a couple of interviews. I'll be talking with Dale Titus. Johnny, you may know who that is. Do you know bassist Dale Titus? He used to work for Warwick. Prior to that, though, he recorded. You can find it out there on YouTube. I just couldn't make a copy of it. I couldn't download it. But when I bought my very first bass, it came with an amp, cable, guitar, and a VHS tape on the parts of the bass, how to play the bass, that kind of stuff, how to restring the bass. And this was done by Dale Titus. So he was like my first bass instructor by proxy, because I bought that and it came with that tape. So that was pretty cool. My friend Dino Monoxylus was like, we were at the NAMM show out there in California, and he goes, "Yeah, I think I'm going to go over to the Warwick booth, and I'm going to talk with, I got to see my buddy Dale Titus." I'm like, Dale, because Dino used to work for them. And I said, "Dale Titus?" I said, "That guy's on my tape." So I went with him and chatted with Dale, and we've stayed in contact with each other via Facebook and whatnot, but not on any constant basis or anything like that. We don't call each other or whatever, not yet, but I'm looking forward to it. But he's going to be on the show on Tuesday, so keep your eyes on that. I'll be posting that over the weekend, and you can check that out. Then I have and he's got a book that he wrote too about how to get how to work your creativity. So I'll be reading through that tomorrow as well, or over the weekend prior to. And so we'll be chatting a little bit about that and whatever else he's doing too. Real super cool guy, real nice guy. Adam Bernard is another gentleman I'll be talking to. He is an author. He's got a book. I'll be talking with them hopefully next week, Wednesday or Thursday. And then I've got Brian McLean is going to be the following week. So he's got a book as well. Then I was talking to my friend about Fire and Ice. We had Sparrow here on the show, but their vocalist has been, you can see videos of them out there. They did one at the Whiskey, and you can see them playing Metal Health live. And damn, this guy, John, just kills. He just does that Kevin DuBrow voice really, really well. And without any strain or anything like that. So he does a great job. And there was kind of little, I don't know, kind of utterances, shall we say, that maybe he would be a good person to sing for Quiet Riot. Which I guess, I don't know, there's been reports out there and stuff. You can check it out. But I think Jizzy Pearl had something to say about that or whatever. But yeah, I'm not here to make anybody mad. But yeah. So those are who I'm going to be talking to next week and the following week. Really excited to have Dale Titus on here. I'm excited to have everybody on here, but Dale is just again. That's where my bass playing started, was with him because of that VHS tape that was in the box. This is a cool little sticker my son gave me while I was visiting there. It's kind of a Captain America-ish thing. That was neat. And the playlist. Again, I didn't make my graphic this time. I was like, ah, damn it, I didn't make it. But I said we're going to head out to the highway, and then it was, oh yeah. Sorry, it's getting late, people. It's been a great, awesome, long day. I don't want to, I am not playing it down at all. It's been a great day. I hope y'all had a great day today, as great as I did. But yeah, it's based off of this. Again, when I find these kind of things, it just pushes me to want to do more. Like years ago. So I'll be getting into it. Again, I've got volumes of stuff like Rats Rock, right? I just started making all those covers too. Again, goes back to, am I doing what I should be doing? Yeah. But I get inspired. So there was the old commercial when MTV was out. The guy jumps out of a plane, right? And he parachutes down to the ground. Boom, lands, goes to the door, ding dong, or knock, 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 whatever the hell it was. And they open the door. The door opens and he goes, hey, it's Monster Ballads. And so it's all these, it's Wait by, or When the Children Cry by White Lion. It's, all the stuff, all the ballads by all the metal bands, the hair metal bands. So I took that a step further and just started finding all of those ballads. And I made, I don't know, probably about 20 monster ballads. So I need to come up with better covers, though. The cover I used was just like a ripoff of Dream Theater's album. So anyway, I went back, and I think I'm gonna redo these covers, but because I don't have a back cover for them. But I started making all these road songs. So here's volume 1. And I'll just start there. We'll look at these later. But what's really killing me is I find volume 1, right? So road songs, RS1, right? So I do that one, and I have it number 1, and then I have number 3. Where's number 2? I don't know. So now I'm gonna have to make a new 2. Then I have 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there you go. So I have 8 of my own volumes. Well, 7 of my own volumes because I don't know where number 2 is. Number 2's in the potty. So I don't know what number 2 is. So I have all of those. So I have 8 discs. If I make a second one, right? If I make a new number 2, that sounds terrible. Of course, I'm going to make a new number 2 eventually. But then I have these 2. All right. So 10 road song discs in toto. But I get inspired. And so then I'm just going to AI some of this stuff, like this wolf head with that. And I'm going to, what is there? There's a Black Panther one, a tiger one, a skull one, another skull one. And that's like a what do they call those dogs? Not a pit bull. And there's another skull one. Yikes. 3 skulls? No way. So they have like a Rottweiler head or a whatever. It's either a Rottweiler or a Doberman Pinscher. But yeah, so a hellhound of some sort. So anyway, I'm gonna have to come up with some other aminals to do. So yeah, but let's look at our let's take number 1, and this is our playlist for this show. So let's see what I put on here. All right, so we have. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me see what I got. Let's make sure this isn't just a redo of this. Well, it's not a redo, but there's songs from. Okay, let's skip that one because basically that's this stuff. So now I got to make a new number one. Oh boy, I really did it to myself this time. All right, let's check out number 3. Let's see what's on number 3. All right, we got "Girls, Girls, Girls" by Motley Crue. We have "Fatal Charm" by Billy Idol. That's kind of an interesting, good choice. "Day of the Eagle," Robin Trower. I used to play that song. It's one of the first songs that my friend Guy taught me. "Hey Baby" by Ted Nugent. Let's see. "Don't Stop Running" by Y&T. "Stealin'" by Uriah Heep. Used to sing that song and play the bass on that. "Red Barchetta" by Rush. "Hell's Bells," AC/DC. "Interstate Love Song" by Stone Temple Pilots. "Ramble On" by Led Zeppelin. "Running with the Devil," Van Halen. "I Like to Rock," April Wine. Come on, that's a great song. "Junior's Farm" by Wings. "Fairies Wear Boots," my favorite Black Sabbath tune. "Higher" by Creed. "I'm the Man" by Glenn Hughes. And "Dragonfly" by Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush. Dragonfly, what a great song. We were going to do that in my band originally, and then just we never got around to it. So I've got more volumes of those, so I'll intersperse those here and there, and we'll do them. But yeah, so all right, well that's it, guys. There'll be 2 packages tomorrow. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to. I have some work to do in the morning, but hopefully somewhere midday, I'll start this major problem, and I'll have you with me. I'm going to be here for hours, guys. You can hang with me for hours, talk about whatever you want, throw something down in the comments. That'd be awesome. Tell me what you want to talk about, and we'll just chat while I'm doing it. And I'm gonna do it as fast as I can. The toughest part's going to be the chat thing. So I may just have my phone with me and just kind of see if I can read it from there, or just pop over to my computer, see if I can read it there. So we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna have to figure some things out, like camera angle, all that. See how I'm gonna keep you with me on it. Probably maybe just use my thing over here, but we'll do this. The vinyl, huge Viking Stew vinyl integration and changing it up over here. Remember, I got to change it up. I got wheels to put on these things. I've got 2 new boxes to put in here between these speakers. So I'm really excited about that. Really excited about that because it's going to give me so much more room. Like, I need more room for more vinyl. I don't need more room for more vinyl. I really don't. But I hope you guys have had a great day. Thank you very much for hanging out. Johnny Bean, thank you so much. And also to our other, to Vault Tech for chiming in. Appreciate that, guys. Always do. Always do. Always do. Appreciate that. Let me see if I can, pull this thing up. Here we go. See if I can bring this. I don't know how. I've done something different. So not smart. I've done something different. So anyway, all right. So just remember, every day when you step out your door, you're in everybody else's world. They're not in yours. So act accordingly, please. There's a lot of crap happening these days. And people just don't know how to treat people. It's like they just never figured it out. It's like nobody ever taught them. I don't know. And then, I don't know. And politically, there's a lot of weird shit out there. So that all works hand in hand. I'm still not a big fan of people using the speaker on their phone because it's not a speaker. It's a sound emitter. It's not pleasant when you're not the one using it. It's like a gnat attack. So anyway, but I thank you guys for chiming in. Thanks for being here. If you dig what's happening, remember, like and subscribe, and hit the notification so that you'll know when I'm coming. Like, hey, today kind of had a little bit more warning, so that's pretty good. So no matter what, it's been another slamming episode of Hammer Away is really what I'm trying to say here, where it's truly about the music and the human experience. So enjoy the rest of the week, which is tomorrow or today. I'm seeing that it's 12 a.m. now. So so enjoy your Friday, enjoy your weekend, and have a good time, man. Until then, I'm Viking Stew, and this is Hammer Away. So a good rockin' bye-bye to everybody, and SKOL.
You're gone, man.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me, mate?